Sometimes you just don't have enough time. Hello guys and welcome back to World of Tanks Ace Tanker series. Today I will be reviewing the T29. It's an American tier 7 heavy tank, and I'll be reviewing this tank in the assault game mode on the Sand River, as you can see. So there are a lot of things that you can say about the T29, but one thing that you can say about it is that is a bad machine. It is probably one of the best tanks in tier 7, and with the gameplay that I'm going to show you in this map, you will see why. So I'm playing on the assault game mode. I am platooned with Captain Wojke in Comet. We got an excellent matchmaker here. We are tier 7 and we are top tier. Although there are more than half of the enemy teams in tier 7, I feel really confident in this tank because, as I'm about to show you, the positioning of this tank is what you have to do basically in this tank to get the great games. So I decided to push the zero line because in the position on the F0 is A0, I can get the tank into a hull down position and use the excellent gun depression of the tank to shoot at the enemies. So the gun depression of the tank is minus 10 degrees, so you are basically able to poke only the smallest part of your turret and to shoot at the enemies. Now that what you heard behind me is the artillery shot, and keep in mind that shot because you will be hearing more of those. I actually went to see after the game on the post-game stats how many shots there were. It was around 15. So I have the SU-152 in front of me, but in this position that I'm in, he can only see my turret, and that is basically not penetrable by the SU-152. And as you can see, I'm using the binoculars on this tank. So what I find in lower tier games is that I have to spot for myself, basically, because you don't get much team play in randoms. You don't get much team play even when you're playing tier 10s, let alone the tier 7. So I'm using the binoculars and I am spotting for myself. So I know that there are 2 tank destroyers in front of me, but I'm not in a great trouble. I'm in a great trouble from this artillery that is shooting me constantly. I'm not in any trouble of those tank destroyers because they can see my turret, and as well of you probably know, the turret is excellent on this tank. It is 279, I believe, millimeters of armor, and with the excellent gun depression I am able to hide the weak spot that is the commander's hatch on the top of the turret. So using the 10 degrees of gun depression in this position works out very well for me. So Centurion was AFK there for a bit, and now he is coming forward to help me. So from this position I am also able to shoot at the G7 position where the IS is trying to come up. Now that is very important because if the enemy tanks are trying to use that position to get some spots or try and contest the place that I am, they will get shot by me. I have to pay attention to the minimap. You should always pay attention to the minimap, but I have to be careful that the IS doesn't come up and start shooting me on the side. So I'm basically stuck here now because until I get rid of those tank destroyers and that pesky artillery that is shooting me, I have to be in this ditch and try and go for the shots from the long range. The gun is not that bad, but with the 0.42 accuracy, it's not the best gun to shoot at long ranges. So I misplay a little bit here. I'm too late to help the Comet and maybe if I had gone sooner here I could have put a couple of shots in the KV3 and the IS and he would survive. Fortunately he gets set on fire there. He could have survived for one more shot that if he wasn't, but what you're going to do. So that's the artillery shooting at me. I think it's the 7th time up until now, but I'm still not worried because I'm on 400 HP and in this position nothing of those tanks cannot shoot me. A really bad shot there on the KV3. I was basically fully aimed on the side of his turret and it missed by a long shot. So that's the 0.42 accuracy that I was talking about. And now this is a really nice engagement on the SU 122-44. Now when you're trying to bait out a shot with this tank, basically show your upper plate, and the enemies that have around 175mm of penetration like this SU has are not going to be able to penetrate. Unfortunately I missed the SU there, but luckily the Hummel shoots him down. That was another artillery shot on me and I'm really starting to get frustrated here. I'm getting focused the entire game by the artillery and all of the damage that I took was from that artillery. So what I need to do now is push forward and basically ignore the artillery because we are on the assault game mode and there is only 3.5 minutes left. I have to push up and do as much of this damage as I can, then maybe try and go for the cap. And I get spotted here by the T43. I had a nice shot there. That was the artillery again. So I had a nice shot in him. Another nice shot, but a bounce on the cupola, which was very unfortunate. So that was the Jack Panther shooting the Skoda T25, and that's another shot from the Jack Panther on the Type 58. So the Jack Panther is probably somewhere on the K5, K6 position. You can see me taking shots in the cupola there. That was artillery again. So the shots, you can see where the shots are coming from. That's the K6 position. And I really don't want to get from this ditch and show the lower plate of to the Jack Panther, because with his penetration he will be able to go through my armor. So I decide to go flanking position on the T43 and use the hill on the H6, H7 to cover my approach against that tank destroyer. So now, as I was pushing, I realized that I have only 2 minutes and that I have to be aggressive. Unfortunately, my team is not doing that well. We are losing still a couple of tanks, and the SU 122-44, which I would expect to carry this game with me, is not performing very well. He has only 1 kill and it looks like he is not pushing forward. So I was sure that this T43 was away and that he relocated, but he was still looking at my last known position, and I was able to flank him with a heavy tank, which is very strange. Now the last known position of the KV1 is at the ridge there. I am going for the KV1 and he gets spotted. Waiting for the aim. A really nice shot there, a little high roll for me, and I kill him, just enough to kill him. Now that was the artillery shot again, and another sniping shot on the Sturm Mill. Unfortunately I overstayed my welcome and get my tracks blown up. I'm now on 90 HP and it looks like that Jack Panther is coming to finish me. Another artillery shot. This guy is so annoying. But I cannot wait here, I have to go forward. There is only 40 seconds left and there's the Jack Panther. If I want to survive this engagement I have to use my cupola and not allow the Jack Panther to shoot me. So using my cupola for the first shot, really nice there, and basically he will get the shot on me, but really nice shot there from the SU, and the Jack Panther was shooting he takes off 80 of my health and I remain on 10. But look at the clock, I have only 10 seconds to get to the artillery. I know that the artillery is behind this ridge, but it's the question, will I be able to get there in time? 3, 2, 1, there is artillery shot, and I missed. That's a bad game at the end, but let's take a look at the post-game stats. Even though this was a defeat, I got a couple of medals like Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect, Shell Proof, a Steel Wall medal for bouncing who knows how many shots, a High Caliber medal, a Top Gun medal, and of course the Mastery Badge Ace Tanker. On team score sheet you can see that I finished first with 1481 experience, and consider that this was the loss. I also got 3730 damage and 6 kills. Now when you look at this experience, you can see that I basically got more experience than the 3 guys after me. On the detailed report you can see that I fired 25 shots, of which 16 hit the target and 14 penetrated. Now basically every shot that hit the target penetrated, but as I was shooting a long range shots, there are a lot of misses. I was also able to block 1960 damage with the turret of this tank. Thank you all for watching. If you didn't like the video, drop a dislike or leave a comment how I can improve the channel. And if you liked the video, hit the like button, share and subscribe for more content, as it really helps me out a lot. And also don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Google Plus to get the new content first, every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And if you're wondering what to watch next, hit the little I button in the top right corner and it will lead you to another video. See you guys next time.